Hi, John here, and I'm here with a new video, and in this video we're going to be doing another watch review and box opening. And this one is going to be a very special one because it's about a Rolex Date Just 2. And this is a fantastic watch. Stay tuned, you're going to love it. So this is the nice box that the Rolex Date Just comes in. It's a very elegant, very nice looking box, and let's see what's inside and how they pack this beautiful watch. So this is in fact the actual box that this Date Just 2 came in. It's sort of like a yellowish greenish color, and as you can see in the front it has the Rolex crown or the Rolex insignia. So this is the box that contains the actual jewelry box that the watch comes in. So I'm going to go ahead and open it. So like many watches that are pretty much expensive, you have a flap like this to bring the box out. And on this flap, you'll see the Rolex brand name, and the Rolex crown. So the box that it comes in is a very nice green box that's covered in a nice fabric, a nice leathery feel here, or wood grain feel, with a raised Rolex insignia, which is pretty nice. And in the back of the box, it has the Rolex SA Geneva Suisse, and there's a serial number on the back of there. So that's how the bottom looks, the sides. And then when you open the box, this is how it comes. There's the cleaning cloth on top of the watch, and then up here there's a pocket with the Rolex insignia with booklets that help you with your watch. So the one most important thing is to have this card, and this card is proof that your watch is an authentic Rolex timepiece. And in the back there's other serial numbers and where you bought the watch, and there's a date and a few other things that you could send this information to Rolex, and they will in fact work on your watch if you want them to do it, or you would have a certified Rolex jeweler work on your watch. And then you get a pamphlet like that says on the front, Rolex Date Just, with the Rolex insignia on it. There is nothing on the back. And then you go through the pamphlet like that, and they'll show you the 3 different Date Justs: stainless steel, all gold, and the one we're going to look at, the two-tone gold. Then it shows you like how the case is made and all the other things you get with it, and it explains what it is. So it says here the red seals. It shows you how the crown screws down, and it's pretty informative. Like, you should know these things. The different bracelets. There's some other information in here. Some more info, and then it shows you the actual movement of the watch, how it looks on the inside if you was to take the back out. And that's very complicated, and that's why these watches are so sought after, because they tell pretty much perfect time. So then the other thing you get is another booklet like that, and it says in the front, your Rolex Oyster. And then in the back it has some other information. It says here that it is from Switzerland. And then it just goes into some detail about the watch. It shows you the casing. So if you was to get a solid gold watch, this would be gold, all gold. And this is pretty neat stuff. Like, you don't, like, if you ever bought a watch like this and brand new. You wouldn't want to throw this out, because in the future, if you wanted to sell it, you would get more money if you had all these pamphlets and the original box and everything, because people keep these watches for years. They hand them down from generation to generation, because these Rolexes actually go up in value. So this watch was probably 5 years ago $9,000. Now it's $13,000. These are the different bracelets. This is the more expensive Jubilee bracelet. And there's just some other information in the pamphlet. And you can get this watch serviced all over the world. Because these watches are known all over the world. So here's the box itself, the jewelry box. It's very nice. I mean, if you look at it on the sides, it's a nice green color. So when you open the box up, there's the logo of the Rolex, the little pocket here where you would store your pamphlets and your warranty card, or your authentication card, you can call it. So that would go in there like that. And then you have this cleaning cloth that comes from Rolex. And I mean, I would just leave it like this so you can cover your watch up when you're not using it. So let's go ahead and take the cover off. So when you remove the cleaning cloth, the watch is revealed. And this is the watch. It looks just like that. It's a very beautiful watch. This is the seal that comes with it. So you want to also keep this. You don't want to lose that. There's a hologram on here, which is pretty cool. So if you can see that, that's a hologram. And it comes with this green and yellow rope that would go around your bracelet when you get the watch, and then the jeweler would take this off. Now, when you buy these watches, many jewelry stores have a return policy, but if you do fit it in the jewelry store, you can't return it. So let's go ahead and take the watch out of the box. And here's something else for the jeweler to put their information on it, the serial number. And here's one of the links that the owner took out. So let's open the clasp. So this is the watch. So this watch here is not specifically a diver's watch like the Submariner, but you can dive with this, because as you see here, this 9 o'clock is for divers. This watch is mainly designed as a sport elegant watch. So let's start from the back. So here is the clasp. It's a very nice clasp. It's pretty strong. And to open the clasp, all you need to do is just put your finger under there and pull it. This watch has green Roman numerals with a greenish face. Hence the color of the boxes and all that, so it matches. So this is what is called an Oyster bracelet. And it's it's solid gold on the inside, and it's brushed stainless steel on the outside, and the bracelet clasp is stainless steel, and all the gold you see is actually gold. The bezel is very nice. It's a fluted bezel, and it's just beautiful. I mean, this watch is just a beautiful watch, and it's pretty much an affordable watch to anyone. At $13,000, it's technically an affordable watch versus the gold one that starts at $35,000, maybe $40,000. You can go up into the 50s if you start adding diamonds, and then Rolex has more expensive watches than that, like the Presidential. So the inside of the bracelet is nicely polished, as you can see, and the inside of the clasp here is not polished. It's just a matte finish. And this watch has been worn, as you can see. There's some scratches on it. And you could technically take this back to the jeweler that you bought, and they will clean it for you for free. Usually they have a lifetime cleaning, but then the more you clean it, you kind of wear the watch down. So you might want to clean this watch maybe once every 2 years, or just take it easy with it, not to scratch it up. So it's a date just because it has the date. And it's just a beautiful watch. So there's a better look at the Roman numerals. And the hardest thing, like I said, to mimic is the actual date on the watch. That's very hard. And inside that ledge, is you can kind of make out there's writing in there, and that is very hard to copy. Like a fake would be, it would look just terrible. But from a distance, you can't tell. So if you're not looking for that, you can technically spend $13,000 and buy a fake. So that's how the crown on the actual clasp looks. And if you clean this watch too much, you could technically wear this crown down. So you want to bring it to someone who actually knows what they're doing, or else you're going to have to spend maybe $400, $800 buying a clasp like this to replace it, to keep your watch looking pretty. I mean, look at the bezel on that. It's just a beautiful watch with the gray and the green. I mean, that is such a nice combination. So you can see the way the hand sweeps. And then as you shake it like that, the watch winds itself. Now you can see it's a very nice profile. It's not a thick watch. It's not a heavy watch. It fits nicely on the wrist. So if you're sitting down having dinner and you flash this watch, people are gonna be like, wow, that's a nice watch. Now there's the 9 o'clock, and the 9 o'clock has it glows in the dark. So let's see if we can take a look at that. So that's how the watch looks like, glowing in the dark. There's the 9 o'clock, the minute hand, and the hour hand. So now if you're in the dark, you could either, you could tell time with this easily. And if you're a diver, you can technically dive with this and use the 9 o'clock as your guide. And it's pretty bright. I mean, the camera's not doing the brightness justice, but it's pretty bright. Like if I look at it without looking at it through the camera, it's pretty bright. You can easily see the brightness of it.